Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Make the difference, be the difference. And I'm Carol Witt, and I'm the founder and director of YEA, where we teach a thriving mindset. And we are known for making ideas happen. And I have the pleasure of introducing you to somebody that is out there making a big difference in her life and running an amazing organization. You're going to hear all about it. But before you do, I asked her to send me a quote that resonates with her. And I love this. Okay. We can't control what happens to us. We can control how we respond to it. I love that. Totally love that. All right. So what I want to do is I want to bring her on and let her tell you how she created this, what made her decide to create this, and how it's really impacting other people in their lives. And I'm going to bring her on now. Carlyn, come join us.
Hi, I'm so grateful to be here today.
Great. So tell us about you. What made you decide to create this? It always comes from a passion, and I love to hear.
Yes. So the this that we're talking about is my movement, Strangers to Friends, which is the community piece, and the shirts, Whoever Smiles First Wins.
Mhm.
So there's a big story behind it. We all know, I'm assuming, Joseph Campbell's work, The Hero's Journey. So where the inspiration came from, I like to say it based off my life. And I say, been there, done that, made the t-shirt. So nothing can steal our smile. Nothing can steal our smile. We are the smile. So this goes back to, I'm 46 years old. This goes back to when I was 19. This was 1997. This is before Google was invented. This was before you could find out other people like you. And I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And in that same year, buried both of my best friends next to each other within 8 months from separate car accidents. So the way I share my story is I grew up really young, and I was given a choice very young. And I'm making this very long story short with the mindset and the acceptance and the trust and the faith in all of the journey, that when I had the epiphany of the positive that was coming out of all of this tragedy, and recognizing tragedy creates purpose.
Mm.
Once you know that, you can't unknow that. And it hit me very young. So by the time, it was within the first year of everything, I had this awareness. And with this awareness, it grew into me sharing. I would share my stories normally. Like I'd show up to school, I was in college, like I might be late to a class. I was diagnosed with MS. There's this. And I recognized there was something different about me. I was just being my stories. The stories weren't defining me. I wasn't victimization from my stories. And I noticed when I was showing up, I was giving other people to show up, but life was showing up for me in all these ways, that I was taking these aspects of self and choosing to do, okay, what now? So fast forward, I in 2009, where Strangers to Friends came from, and I'm making super long story short. In 2009, the market crashed, or 2008, the market crashed. I was a travel nurse recruiter at the time. I've done a lot of jobs. At this point, I was living in my, I think the fourth state. I've lived in 9 states now. I've always followed this. I've never run away. I've always run towards.
Mm.
And the anxiety comes when we don't listen versus when we do. And so I was living in San Diego, and the market was crashed, and I decided I needed a way to connect with people, and I got the download to go make a connection card. And I went to the printer, Kinko's, and I stood there reading the form, and it said, "What do you do?" And I got the download, "You turn strangers into friends."
Oh,
And I created a card where I was leading with just me. There was no business attached to it. There was nothing. And I noticed when I was out there with this card, people would say to me, "Well, what is this?" And I'd say, "Well, I don't know. It's this. I don't know why we're meeting, but I know we're meeting for a reason." But what I didn't expect was the super long URL that I put on there to donate to my MS fundraiser. People would start asking me, "Well, what's your relationship to MS?" And I'd say, "Oh, well, I was diagnosed." And what started happening on a scale that blew my mind was, someone was newly diagnosed, their mom was diagnosed, all these ways in which me being authentically in my story was giving people permission to feel safe and seen and heard in theirs. And this is where the healing was happening. And this is where the synchronicity was taking off like wildfire. So before I knew it in my life, with these stranger to friend cards, everybody I needed was all around me in a way that I couldn't explain. And the secret came out. I was already synchronicity. I was already practicing these things, but I didn't have a way to define it. So I don't have any books that taught me anything or do movies that taught me anything. They all just validated everything that I was experiencing. So when I started really embodying this strangers to friends, in 2011, I decided to leave San Diego and move to a city I'd never been to before, not knowing a soul, Wilmington, North Carolina, on the other side of the country. I did a 15 city, 6-week road trip, and I called it the Stranger to Friend Tour. And I printed out about 500 cards. And I just said, and again, this wasn't social media driven. I wasn't proving anything. I had my friends following me. But I wanted to show myself I can start over wherever I want. I can be whoever I want. Everybody I need is all around me. Buy these cards. And at the same time, I was so involved with the MS Society that I was like, at this stage of my MS journey, I was now MS medication free. Became med free in 2010. I'd started running races, so I was now a runner. And I wasn't symptomatic. And I go, well, why would I take the label of MS with me to a new state if no one knows me? What if I left it behind and allowed it to have a different form in my life? Right. So I show up to Wilmington. And when I get there, one of my mom's good friends said, I found a t-shirt online that you need to own because it's everything. It's you. And she sends me the link to buy a shirt that says, whoever smiles first wins. So I went online and bought this t-shirt and started having so much fun with it, just being me. I was like, it's my official stranger to friend shirt. Well, fast forward a year and a half later, I moved to Colorado. And shortly after I moved there, I get into a relationship where we all learn from other people, and I begin to lose myself. And in this process of losing myself, I started ignoring my intuition. And one of the things I ignored was I knew not to get on the bike, but I got on the bike. And what happened was I was thrown off and I lost my front teeth on impact at 36 years old. And I knew I had a choice. And within 2 weeks, my Halloween costume was, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. And I chose to wear a t-shirt that said, whoever smiles first wins, without my teeth, which gave the shirt a new meaning because nothing can steal your smile. It's a choice. And everybody has a story behind their smile. So fast forward, this opened up a gateway in the power of me sharing my stories and inviting others in. And I started a meetup in Denver. I grew to about 4,000 people. And I started the Stranger to Friend community, inviting people to show up and be seen and heard in their stories, showing that we're all connected. But it's only when we show up for ourselves can others show up for you. This brings me, I'm making super, super long story short. Now it's 2020 and I'm living in St. Petersburg, Florida. I bought a one-way ticket and showed up here with 2 suitcases the week the lockdown started because I followed breadcrumbs. So I came here by myself. And the lockdown, it was really challenging for me because it didn't allow me to be me. It was everything I wasn't, right? Fortunately, I was here where things were a little lighter, but I recognized I wanted to share this shirt, not because people were covering their smiles, but I needed to be me again. I had let go of my community. I no longer had it. I was finding myself again. So I started making a shirt because I ended up befriending the woman I bought my original shirt from, and she was no longer making them. And she gave me the blessing I could make a t-shirt. So in 2020, for the first time, I put online a shirt that says, whoever smiles first wins, and started sharing, I'm here to create human connection. The shirts require 2 people to see each other, and the shirts are fun. And they say, I'm friendly, I'm approachable, and the world needs this now more than ever. But more importantly, we've all just gone through a journey where we've been robbed of our smile. Something has broken us, and we need to rebuild our own smile. So these shirts are showing, I say, walk a mile in a man's shoe, walk a mile in another man's smile. So these shirts become the choice of how we want to engage. So I say, when you smile for yourself, you've actually already won, because we're all just responsible, whether you have teeth whether you lost your job, your teeth, your relationship, your health, whatever it is, these can be superhero shirts.
Oh, I love that.
So that's the long story short
Okay.
of where I am now on a mission, one person at a time, to show that our smiles connect us all.
Wow. Wow.
I know, it's fun. It's a
I'm
gift. It's such a
I'm
gift.
blown away. I'm blown away. I knew you were up to some things I've been told about you, but I had no clue that you created this kind of out of nothing.
Out
You
of nothing.
out of nothing. I'm a creator. I love creating. I love creating projects. I love creating all kinds of things, but I'm in awe.
Oh, thank you. It's birth. That's why I joked. I said, been there, done that, made the t-shirt. It's
Yeah.
literally birthed from my story. And the power I had when I would wear the shirt without teeth, when I would say, who's more uncomfortable, me or you? Because when I share these shirts with people, I say, whatever it is that's robbed you of your smile,
Oh,
once you own it and embody, once you own it and accept it
yeah.
and allow it not to be you, just a part of you, do you know what you become? You become invincible.
Yeah.
And we're not told we're brave enough. And these shirts are bold shirts. They're a big statement, right?
Yeah, they
And when
are.
people see them, they always come up to me and they go, did I win? What I win? And I go, well, of
Yes.
course you won. I'm here to
Little
create
smile big enough.
winners.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, if nothing else, that in itself, but when you can wear it too and just
Ah,
feel good, and not just feel good, but you feel good because when someone approaches me wearing it or when someone smiles wearing it, I know I'm making them feel good. That's the ripple effect.
oh,
It's just a little bit of joy.
yeah.
And so we all want to raise they say our vibe attracts our tribe.
Oh, does it ever? Yes, I love that. Totally love that. I'm so glad that you were my guest today. So I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
What is it that you would like everyone to know that you haven't shared yet? And you've shared quite a bit, but what is it that you want people to know that you haven't shared yet? Your last chance to share something amazing, and I know it's going to be.
So I call it Plan F. And this is the book I'm going to be writing.
Oh, awesome.
So when I say nothing happens to you, it happens for you. What I want people to know is, how do I put this? If you can look back in your life, if you're in something right now and it feels unfair
Mm.
and it feels like, because there's more to my story, I guess I haven't even shared. Like when I say I guess maybe this is it. When I say I got on that bike and I knew not to, I had been through a lot those 4 months prior. The bike accident was the fourth thing that broke me. I had lost my job. I had broken my foot. I'd gone in for foot surgery and and I found out I was pregnant going in for surgery.
Oh,
I had to make these decisions. There's so much behind people's stories and smiles that none of us can judge each other. But the beauty of it is when you can lean into faith and when you can have hope and when you can have optimism, it's not it can turn out better than you would have planned. So this plan F concept is like the F is the fail. The F is the thing that you think went wrong and happened to you. But when you accept it and when you give yourself permission to see a new perspective,
mm, mhm,
magic happens. And it can be that easy.
mhm.
It can be as easy as just, you've got to be open. It's only when you're open to the perspective that the idea of the shirts can come in. Because if I was just angry and angry and
Oh,
angry,
yeah.
I'm not going to receive
No,
the concepts.
I understand.
And then when you receive the concepts, if you can trust yourself enough to take action, that's when things will start to line up. That's when the synchronicities that you need as either confirmation, validation, opportunities, whatever, they start showing up. And it's a formula that I would challenge anyone to look back on their own life and the things they've already gone through and go, huh, she's right. when I did this, things started to shift
Yeah.
because you're that powerful.
Yeah, because you actually have access to something else once you do that. Once you do that exercise, you have access to something else that wasn't available before because your mind was too closed to it. Um, Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I really want to thank you. I want to bring you back. And
I would love to come back.
so you can
And we
tell
got to
us.
get you in a purple smile shirt
Oh,
because
yeah,
I these are in all colors. I say, what's your smile
absolutely.
style?
I
I have all
love it,
different
your
colors.
smile
I have
style.
tank tops. I have long sleeve shirts. So the goal
And
is to,
we will make sure that your links are
okay,
in
yay.
the description so people can order your whoever
Yeah.
first wins t-shirt. I love that. I so love it. I love your energy and I love who you are for people.
Mm.
Because really and truly, you took something that could have really taken you sideways and you created a way to just to have your love out there, fully out there. I love it. With that t-shirt, that just speaks love.
Yes, that's, I say, I also blow bubbles and carry bubbles with me
Of
everywhere.
course you
And
do.
I say bubbles are bottles of joy and love, and that's what we're here to spread.
Oh my God.
And if people want, we talk about manifesting and all these things, but the highest vibration we can be in is, appreciation, joy, and love are all these high
Oh,
vibes. And so,
love
you
is the
know,
highest. Love is the highest.
but I do want to say I
Yeah.
am human.
Yeah.
I have bad days. I get angry
Mhm.
and I'm doing the work constantly.
I understand.
So I want people to know
Yep.
I'm only birthed through this because I keep going back and doing the work and doing the work through whatever is served to me as the teacher.
Yeah. And you let go of what isn't serving you any longer. And I love
Yes, and
that. Totally.
that's
Love
very, it's hard, but it's key.
it's key. It is absolutely key. I want to thank you for being my guest, for being an amazing guest, and really for thank you for what you're doing for humanity.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
It's really
you.
fun to see that there's a ripple effect happening now. It's
Oh,
really it's
there's
really really a joy.
there's a movement.
Yeah.
Oh, join the movement, everybody.
Yes.
Join the movement.
It's a movement.
Let's see these t-shirts everywhere.
And my goal is by 2025, I want 1 million shirts out there and I want to create some online way where people can find each other in the shirts. Like, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I want to show that our smiles truly connect us and find
Yeah.
ways that people that are embodying this can all find each other too.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
Oh, declare it and just start
Yes.
taking the action.
Yeah.
Listen, inside of YEA, guys, we really and truly, I committed. I said that there will be 1 million people on the planet that know you deserve to thrive in life.
Mm.
And you just were brought to me. And oh my goodness, what you are putting out there. Yeah, we are kindred spirits. Thank you very much for being a guest on my podcast. And I can't wait to see what your movement's going to look like by next year. It's going to be huge. Let's support her. Let's support what she is up to, guys. Really amazing.
Thank
Really.
you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I want to thank everybody for joining us for this episode. And please, guys, please support her. We're going to put the links in. Please go. Wear the shirt. Have the smile. Wear the shirt. And open those doors that are a lot of times closed. Open those doors.
Everyone we need is all around us.
You can open them with your smile. Beautiful. All right. And we will please subscribe, share this, and hit the notifications bell. And we will see you for another episode soon. Thank you, Carlyn. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
An amazing guest. Bye now.
Bye-bye.